Hi, I'm Dr. Bart Klicka, the Chief Research and Strategy Officer here at Prevent Child Abuse America. I'm here for another monthly installment of a research review. This month, I take a look at two new studies, one looking at the economic burden of child maltreatment, and the second one looking at the association between report card release dates and verified cases of child physical abuse. Before I begin, however, I just want to put a plug in for our 2019 Prevent Child Abuse America National Conference occurring in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, September the 16th to the 18th. Stay tuned for the release in the next couple of weeks of our registration site as well as our call for proposals. So to begin, I want to talk about the updated release of the economic burden of child maltreatment study that just came out in the journal Child Abuse and Neglect in the past couple of months. This paper provided an updated estimate of the lifetime per victim cost and the associated population economic burden of child maltreatment. Some of you may be familiar with the 2012 study by Fang and colleagues that estimated that each victim of child abuse and neglect would incur a lifetime cost of nearly $210,000 in treating the consequences, and that the overall economic burden of child maltreatment in the year 2008, which was the year of the data that they were relying on in the 2012 study, was nearly $124 billion. Since the writing of that paper, there's been updated recommendations by the United States Department of Health and Human Services on how to actually do economic evaluations of the cost associated with different types of problems. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of their analysis. Feel free to consult the paper if you want to understand the specific changes in the methodologies used. But in the new estimates, which really take into account some intangible costs, such as pain and suffering, not only of victims, but also of communities as a result of child maltreatment. In the new study, they actually estimate that each victim of child maltreatment will incur a lifetime cost of nearly $830,000 in treating the consequences. And again, the new methodology takes into account some more of these intangible costs that were not accounted for in the previous study. They also estimated in the 2018 study that fatal cases of child maltreatment cost nearly $16.6 million apiece, and that the economic burden of child maltreatment in the year 2015, which was the year of the data that they used, is nearly $428 billion. Switching gears to another study, this is another study that came out of Florida and was recently published in JAMA Pediatrics. And it looked at the complicated relationship between school performance and physical abuse. Now, we know that those children who experience physical abuse tend to have more school problems. But what they were saying is that in this paper, they actually looked at report card release dates and verified cases of child physical abuse. And what they found was nearly a four-fold increase in verified child physical abuse cases on the Saturdays after a Friday report card release in the state of Florida. Now, they were able to look at, I believe it was 64 of the 67 counties in the state of Florida. And this has a lot of implications as we think about issues related to prevention of child physical abuse. If you have further suggestions for future research reviews, please contact me at bklika@preventchildabuse.org. Thank you.